School is a short-term sacrifice that yields long-term success, and that is why I believe that any time invested in education is a wise investment. When I look at where I started, I have no doubt that education was my path to success. Education has opened many doors of opportunity for me, and I believe that it can do the same for you. Now, what is it that will motivate you to keep going when you feel like giving up? I'm going to share with you 7 powerful tips, and the first one is persistence is key. I've been in the field of education for over a decade, and I've discovered that earning a degree or a diploma is more about persistence and commitment than intellectual capacity. Intellectual capacity cannot replace a strong work ethic. Intellectual capacity cannot replace discipline and determination. And so I've seen students of average intelligence work hard and outperform students who were extremely intelligent. When it comes to crossing the finish line, you have to have a no matter what attitude. Even if you find yourself in a course that is challenging, or you have a professor that is challenging, you must choose to finish what you started. I've seen friends, colleagues, and very bright students say they were just going to take one term off to deal with a situation, and they never returned. They didn't drop out because they weren't capable. They dropped out because of their circumstances. And so when you are committed to finishing what you started, there is no stopping you. Number 2, make sure that you stand out. It's very important that you establish a relationship with each teacher. I've discovered that only a few out of many students are intentional about making a personal connection with their teacher. Also, when you graduate, you're likely going to need a couple of reference letters, and you can always go back to a former teacher that you established a good working relationship with and ask them to write a letter of recommendation for you. Number 3, diluted focus will always yield diluted results. Productivity is not about doing more, it's about doing less with a laser focus. It is important that you manage your time and your energy wisely. It is also important that you prioritize and focus on what matters most first. And once you identify and schedule your priorities, don't let anyone talk you into rearranging your schedule. Putting your priorities first is not selfish. It's called self-management. Number 4, take time to get organized. For most of us, taking the time to get everything organized is not fun, but being organized actually helps you to save time, and you will feel better knowing where everything is instead of feeling stressed about not being able to find what you need when you need it. And one strategy that will make a big difference is to add all of your assignment and exam dates to your calendar. I also recommend that you begin preparing for assignments and exams a minimum of 1 week in advance. By spreading out your study time, you avoid cramming, which will actually reduce your anxiety level. And so spreading out your study time allows you to also break down a big project into manageable pieces. I recommend that you focus on what is directly in front of you instead of trying to focus on your assignment as a whole. And what you will find is that tackling one section at a time is less overwhelming, and as you focus on the step in front of you, you are actually getting closer to finishing your project. Number 5, consistently submit high quality work. Going back to relationship building, good papers are less time consuming to grade, so your teacher will appreciate that you took the time to submit a well-written and well thought out paper. On the flip side, poorly written papers are very time consuming to grade. Also, if you have a grading rubric, compare your paper to the grading rubric before submitting it. Students often lose points due to missing an entire section or not fully answering the questions. Don't try to take shortcuts. Find out what your teachers want and give them exactly what they are looking for. When you get feedback, read it. It might sting, but it will prevent you from making the same mistake when submitting your next assignment. Number 6, strive to read a book a week. I recommend that you read for personal and professional development. Reading is critical to expanding your knowledge base. You can learn in 1 week what it took the author a decade to learn. Reading also allows you to open your mind to a different point of view. It expands your vocabulary and it enhances your critical thinking skills. If you want to set yourself apart from everyone else and set yourself up for success, strive to read a book a week. Number 7, schedule fun and mind breaks into your calendar. Yes, studying is important and it should be on your calendar, but having a stressed outlet is equally important. I recommend that you take at least a 5-minute mental break for every hour of studying. Sometimes you can overextend yourself by studying for hours without a break, and without realizing it, you are actually diminishing your performance and your productivity. So take many breaks when you are studying for long periods of time and try to have something fun scheduled to reward yourself for all of your hard work. As an added bonus, I want to encourage you to ask for help when you need it. Life can get tough for all of us, and it's important that you have someone that you can lean on for support. The key to winning is persistence. Know what your dream life looks like, and don't let anyone or anything stop you from crossing the finish line.